Hey everybody, welcome back here. We're here talking about Cyberpunk 2077. We're going to be talking about the kind of the process I encountered through kind of refunding Cyberpunk 2077 as a physical copy. It's probably a little bit easier if you bought it through like Microsoft Store, Steam, or PlayStation Store, because you could just like, nope, you're done. You got your money back. So they sent out saying, hey, we're going to refund everybody. And I bought it through Amazon, the physical copy, and I'm like, I mean, I might as well do it. Like, I this is clearly not the game they advertise. This is totally not the thing. Like, none of this is represented in the trailers. Like, even like the trailers on launch day did not represent the actual game, in my opinion. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get a refund, just like, you know, to see what it is. Fill out a form, fill out some like basic stuff. They send me another thing saying, hey, here's a randomly generated number or a string of characters. Take pictures of it with the CDs and then proof of purchase. And they were like, that's it. That's give us how much it cost. What you can do, just a full refund, a Steam copy or a GOG copy. And I filled that out. Got to a screen where it was just the yellow thing. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Maybe it went through. A couple days later, I got in through Twitter. It seemed like that was a known issue, so I was like, okay, I'll try it again. Same thing. I'm like, whatever. It must have gone through. Like, why would it just keep on pinging? Like, it's just like, why would it just not say anything? Maybe it's just, I don't know, whatever. A couple weeks go by. I'm like sitting there just like, what happened to my refund? I'm wondering. So I go back to my emails and I see that it was supposed to be for the 11th was with the deadline. And I didn't, I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, well, I mean, they said something about late, you know, you can get something later on. I'm going through my emails and because I use Gmail and they have like different tabs like promotion, which is like where they put their ads and some other stuff too. And it was under there. It wasn't under my main inbox. It was under there, which is just like really stupid. Like, I really fucking hate how Google does that. Just put all the emails in the fucking inbox. If it's ads, put them in there too. I don't care. But I don't have to constantly go into a different tab that isn't presented to me. Anyways, whatever. I get there, I was like, oh, I haven't sent this in, and they've also extended it to the 31st. I'm like, okay, fuck it. Let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. Plug in my data a third time. Then, that was the 12th. Today's the 15th. Last night, I got an email saying, hey, here's your copy of Cyberpunk 2077 on GOG. Now, what does that mean? Well, I don't know. Because I still have the physical copy of Xbox version right here. They haven't said anything. The terms of service that you sign pretty much just say, hey, we're going to use external firms to, well, kind of saying they were going to use external firms to kind of, you know, I assume ship this back. And I was under the impression is, hey, I ship this back, they will give me the key, because why would they just give me a key and also leave me the Xbox version of it? So now I have two copies of Cyberpunk. But that leads us to January 13th, when they put out this press event thing. And
hey everyone, my name is Marcin Iwiński. I'm the co-founder of Cyberpunk.
When I watched this, I was so fucking pissed off about this. People say it's highly reviewed, and I don't think that's true. I think it's a mixed reviewed game. Like, I've heard comments of just being kind of boring and from other people. And of course on Steam it's highly viewed or reviewed, and it's also like, you know, it's you know, highly popular played game still today. And I'm like, dude, this game is boring. Like, besides the bugs, besides that, it's like a really boring game to play.
One of its founding
and it's just like, it's not interesting. The story of you and
the game development part of the break was born.
God, fucking, I already forgot his name. Fucking Keanu are just so boring. Like, it's just, I don't know. Just traversing the world is boring. It never felt interesting to drive through the world. I've never played an open world game where I just wanted to explore, and Cyberpunk wasn't that. And it almost been better if they just made it a straightforward,
and the entire leadership
linear game, because that's kind of what it felt like. The side quests were just scattered all across the fucking world, and it was so fucking hard to parse.
They all are incredibly talented and hardworking.
But the story is like, yeah, we didn't know. Originally this game was supposed to come out 2 years ago, and the old generation, like, that concept was like, oh well, you got the new console, which runs perfectly fine on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 at 60. It's not the definitive, but it runs at 60, and you're gonna have a smooth frame rate. But it's just like, this is like really disgusting. But then, like, oh, don't worry, we got free DLC, free DLC. Doesn't mean shit. Like, the free DLC for Witcher 3 was so fucking stupid. It was just cosmetics for characters. And what are you supposed to do with your character when you literally can't see your character unless you look at the inventory screen? It's just so bad. Like, I don't know. Like, it's I'm blown away by this game. I'm blown away of the tale of the Cyberpunk. It's. I really liked The Witcher 3. The Witcher 2 was okay, but overrated. And The Witcher 1 is a god-awful game. Like, realistically, a god-awful game. Like, yeah, people will say, oh, this is... No, what are you talking about? The Witcher 1 is good. It's great. It's an amazing game. The Witcher 2 is so good. It's like, no, it's not. Like, those games are so hard to penetrate. They make no sense. Like, the story of them is so dumb. Like, I played The Witcher 2 and played it, and I'm like, okay, this is fine. I want to check out The Witcher 1. I think they were giving it for free on GOG, and I'm like, whatever, I'll play it. And it's just, wait, is this literally the same fucking game? It's just, like, makes no sense. Like, I think The Witcher 3 is a good game because it's the world they present. Cyberpunk is shitty because the world they present is really boring and not interesting, and it's just the characters are just so flat, and they just they put, oh god, the whole side quest where you go racing was a complete letdown. That, like, literally cemented why I hated that game. You encounter, I've said this multiple times, you encounter this woman at a bar that you get to, and she says, hey, let's do some things. Let's go together. You do some races. The races are so bad. Like, you just kind of float on the road. And the races, hey, you drive and I'm going to kill people. But you don't kill any people. You don't see any wrecks. It's, like, supposed to be some hardcore, like, like, shit's gonna die, but you don't see anything, and you just press the gas and let go of the gas when you try to turn. It's just like, this is dumb. Besides the bugs, this game was extremely boring. It's just, their scope was too fucking big. Like, a huge, like, it's just, they could have done so much better. They could have just, I don't know. It's, I want to know what this game would have looked like 2 years ago. Like, again, you need, like, a very powerful computer just to fucking run this. I have a 1060, which is bare minimum of what they require for the game. I don't know what that means. Does that mean I have to run this game at 720p? I don't know. But that's it. That's it. I'll keep on contact more on this physical copy of kind of Cyberpunk. I never filled out an address or anything, too, so who knows? Like, what happens if they ask for the copy? Do I just say, I don't know anymore? But I'm going to keep this copy, because at some point I will get an Xbox Series X, and there's supposed to be a free next-gen, console update. It's like, holy fuck, dude. Like, I'm blown away by this game. It's a fucking trap. Johnny, that's his name. Fucking Johnny. It's just like, the ending was so bad. Like, it's so bad. Spoilers. So at a certain point, you can save, and then you go for the next 2 hours. You have it. This is your final act. this is turns into from a open world game to a linear single player or linear, closed game, like any other first person shooter. From there, you either let Johnny take over and he does his own thing, and from there he leaves, or he takes over, and the end goal is you die. The other one is you do it yourself. The end goal there is, hey, they take you out of your body to be preserved for future, or you go back to Earth. Like, it's just like nothing made sense. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I'm rambling, but that's Cyberpunk. Our commitment to a mediocre game. Bye.